These three speakers and this USB-C dongle is a part of the Avantree HomeBuddy Trio pack that's available to buy for $149. This dongle is what broadcasts the Bluetooth Auracast signal from your phone or any other USB-C device, like this MacBook Air, which I'm going to be testing out in a few minutes, and these three Auracast-enabled speakers. The three speaker colorways are this orange, green, and yellow, as you can see here. Now, these are built very durably, and you can tell that they're made for outdoor use. Now, Avantree did send me this for free in order to review it. However, they have no editorial oversight on this video, and all of the thoughts and comments in this video are my own. In fact, I reached out to them to see if I could get this as a review, and I really appreciate their collaboration with me. So without further ado, let me get into this product. All right, now this thing that I have in my hand here is the Auracast Broadcaster. It is much smaller than the Auracast Broadcaster that I had before on this channel that I was showing off. So this one just sticks into your phone or a laptop or a tablet. This you have to plug into an external power source and run a cable to. These do basically the exact same thing, so this is a bit more of a substantial, larger. You can customize this one. This one is smaller. You can't do as many customizable features with this. I'm going to be asking them in the future if a couple things can be done. This broadcaster is actually only supported currently with the software with an encrypted mode, where this one, and I showed you in the last video that I made, allows you to change all of the configuration settings, so this has a lot more flexibility. This one, though, I love the form factor. I love that it's small. This is great. It's this little USB-C section here with this tiny little plastic case which holds the antenna and the little Auracast module, and this uses a Qualcomm chip inside. So all you have to do is plug this into your device of choice. I'm actually going to use my MacBook Air, and there you go, it just lit up. And then I can just hold down the play button. It makes that little sound, and then now it's searching for Auracast in the air. And I can do that to all of these individually. You just hold them down. And I will say, for the size of these speakers, they get loud. I mean, I was not expecting them to be this small. I mean, I have big hands, and as you can see, it's super tiny. It fits in the palm of my hand extremely easily. Was not expecting them to be this small, but for their size, they hold a punch for sure. All right, so all of these are turned on. They're all going to find the Auracast. Now, I'm not playing anything yet. Let me go and play something that doesn't have any sort of copyrighted material on it. There we go. They're all playing the same song at the same time. They're all in sync. I think that's really cool, the fact that you can pair literally an unlimited number of these, and it doesn't have to just be the Avantree HomeBuddy product line. It can be any other brand. So I have here my HomeSpot headphones. These headphones were able to find this broadcast that this dongle is emitting. And it came up as like HomeBuddy something, like a string of numerics. And these were able to find them, and any other Bluetooth Auracast device will be able to find the signal that this is outputting. The only problem is, this is outputting an encrypted broadcast, and I'll get into it later when I'm testing it out in the woods. But I looked at the documentation, and there was no mention anywhere of a password. So these are hard-coded with the password in mind, so that as soon as you plug in this Avantree HomeBuddy broadcaster, these will just automatically know what it is and it'll start using it. These, however, or any other brand that doesn't know what the password is, you would have to type in the password. So there is a password, and these technically could start listening to whatever this little USB-C dongle is emitting, but I would just need to find out the password, and there is no mention of it anywhere. So I am going to contact Avantree and see if that's something that they could provide some sort of password so that other non-Avantree products could use the encrypted broadcast. But other than that, it's literally a standard Bluetooth Auracast in encrypted mode that these are just hard-coded to receive. The other cool thing is, these Avantree speakers do not just receive the signal that this Avantree broadcaster is sending out. I can create a broadcast from this thing and have those 3 speakers receive the open broadcast. So there's no way for these to latch onto any other encrypted broadcast other than the one that was hard-coded with this USB-C dongle, but these do latch on to any public broadcasts that are in the air. So with this thing, I can make a public broadcast, and then if I just hold down the play button, these will start receiving a public broadcast from a non-Avantree product. And now these are receiving the public broadcast. So this is emitting a public broadcast, and these just started playing the public broadcast without me doing anything. So it's pretty cool how, you know, it doesn't matter what brand you have, it'll just start working. Again, you could have an unlimited number of these speakers all playing the same audio at the same time. And if I turn on these headphones, I can also hear the broadcast on these HomeSpot branded headphones as well, along with these speakers. And they're all hooked up at the same time. So these headphones are playing back the audio at the same time as these speakers, as it should be, because all of these are Auracast products. Now, I recorded a range test in the middle of the woods a few weeks ago, and it was very interesting to see how far these little speakers could move away from this tiny little transmitter and still have the signal received. And it's a testament to the Bluetooth Auracast broadcast technology. So without further ado, let's go to the woods and see how it performs. All right, so I've got all 3 of these speakers from Avantree. These are their HomeBuddy Auracast speakers. All 3 of them are playing sky high, no copyright sounds, so that I don't get flagged in this YouTube video. But they're all completely in sync. I don't know if you can hear, my camera person there has one in her hand, and these are all in sync. The one in my hand is in sync. The one clipped to my pants, they are all evenly in sync. And you can just turn this up individually to make them louder. There's no control with the actual music player, so if I increase the volume or decrease it, I'm at 0 volume right now, and they're still broadcasting the audio at the same rate. So you have to do all of the volume controls on the actual speakers themselves. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna set this phone down, and we are going to do a range test in the woods with all of the trees and all of the foliage to see how long can we go before the signal starts to break apart. So I'm gonna set my phone somewhere here that I can find. Let me actually set it. I'll set it right on top of here. All right, so it's on top of there. We're gonna move around and we're gonna see how far the signal stretches walking around in the woods like this. All right, follow me. We're probably about 150 feet away, and it's still working perfectly fine. No loss in the signal at all. 300 feet away now, and it's still working fine. All right, right now I'm starting to get some problems with it. It's starting to sound real garbled. And of course, this is digitally modulated. It's a digitally modulated signal with LC3 audio, which is a digital audio codec. Hear that? So it starts stuttering, the quality becomes very garbled. All of them have broken out. The one in my camera person's hand, the one here and the one here, they all just started breaking out. Let me see if I move a little bit closer. Yeah, so that completely broke it out. It's very interesting how they handle this. I didn't know if it would just stop, if the signal can no longer be received, or if they would just simply start, you know, showing whatever errors were in the audio signal. And it does that. It shows all of the bit errors in that audio stream when it's emitted. So when there's problems, you'll hear it, at least for the way that these HomeBuddies are set up. So very interesting. It's got a pretty decent range. We're probably about a good 300 feet away. I mean, I set my phone outside, but again, you also have to think too, the dongle that's plugged into my phone, that is a tiny dongle with a tiny antenna. There's Auracast transmitters that are a couple feet by a couple feet that you can put in a building that has more substantial range. And of course, you're limited by the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum. But ultimately, I think it's actually a really cool product. These were all in sync perfectly. Range out here in the middle of the woods and the trees and the foliage and everything. It's incredible how far 2.4 gigahertz can stretch with the right technology like Auracast with the LC3 codec. And this one just turned off because it lost the signal. And they will do this if it can't find the signal within a certain amount of time, they'll just shut off. Yep, this one just did 2. And then I don't know if my camera person's one did as well, it did. So these have all shut off because they didn't find an Auracast, and it's like, okay, we're just gonna shut off. These also, I wanted to show though, do have a traditional, geez, there's so many bugs going in my eye right now. There's a traditional Bluetooth setting as well. So there's regular Bluetooth, which is on that sticker in blue, and then there's Auracast, which is in orange. So this LED will switch to blue when you're in just the traditional unicast Bluetooth mode. So you can have, with these speakers, just a traditional Bluetooth experience where you pair a speaker and then play music to it. And that's one mode, but obviously the featured mode with this is the one with Auracast, where you've got multiple speakers all going on at the same time. These do work with open broadcasts, and I had the HomeSpot broadcaster broadcast the signal out, and these were able to pick up on it with the public broadcast. So you can basically just switch through to the different, almost like you're tuning an FM radio, you can just switch through to all of the different audio streams that are available. I'm not sure how it will work though in a situation where, maybe there's like 5 or 10 Auracasts on the air. I'm not sure how these would handle it. I guess we'll have to see. But for now, these are really baked in for getting that signal from the Avantree broadcaster and getting it to these devices. But again, it's open, it works across all devices. And as long as you have the password, whatever that may be, for this particular broadcast, any brand could start connecting to it and playing it. So anyway, what do you think of all of this Bluetooth Auracast stuff? I think it's pretty cool. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. And then to shut off these speakers, you just hold down the play button again, and they're shut off. They're now asleep. And these will shut off on their own after a few minutes, after there's no activity.